To science class today. Today we are working on Life Science Standard 8.2, every organism alive today comes from a long line of ancestors who reproduce successfully every generation. You should be on the activity 2A, which is Bill Nye Genes and Ed Puzzle. The do now for today says, in sexual reproduction, where does the offspring get its chromosome and how each parent? So you need to go ahead and pause your screen and type out your answer. You should have said that they get their chromosomes from each parent. And how many come from each parent? They get half of their genetic information from each parent. So 50% comes from the mom and 50% come from the dad. Here are all the vocab words. Make sure you study those and check over them. I'm going to go over all of the do nows for the week. Tuesday, we have activity 2A. You need to finish the Bill Nye Ed Puzzle and then start working on the gizmo for inheritance. The do now says, do sexual or asexual reproduction or reproducing organisms have a better chance of surviving an environmental change? Pause your video and answer the question. The answer is sexual reproducing organisms have a better chance of survival because they get genetic information from both parents. So if one of the parents has a trait that is better for that surviving that environment, then they have a better chance of surviving. And then that organism will reproduce and that change happened faster. On Wednesday, you're going to be completing the inheritant gizmo. And the do now question is, why do sexual reproducing organisms have a better chance of surviving an environmental change? The reason they have a better chance of surviving is because they have more genetic variability and they get their chromosomes and DNA molecules from both parents. So if one of the parents has a characteristics that is better for surviving that environment, maybe it's their fur color, or maybe it's the color of the plant, they would have a better chance of surviving, which gives them the ability to reproduce and have more offspring that will survive that environmental change. In asexual reproduction, that process of reproducing gives you an exact replica of the parent. So if there's, we're talking about color of a flower, if it's always going to be red, well, maybe that red flower is going to stick out in the environment and no longer be able to survive. Here's a current event. And then Thursday is list one disadvantage for both sexual and asexual reproduction. A disadvantage of sexual reproduction is that you could pass on harmful traits and it takes a longer time to happen. A disadvantage for asexual reproduction is that there is no genetic variability, which means it's going to be harder for that asexual reproducing animal or organism to change or to survive in a changing environment. And then here is a throwback Thursday. What is your claim? What process is happening at spot 1? That would be folding mountains where they are coming together and colliding. And the last one for this week, on Friday, February 26th, you need to take the level 2 assessment on species survival. That's in GradeCam. And the question is, why does genetic variation occur more in sexual reproduction than it does in asexual reproduction? It occurs in sexual reproduction because you have 2 parents, so you're getting 50% of your genetic information from both of those parents. Where asexual reproducing organisms, you get 100% of your information from that same parent. So you wouldn't have much variation occurring. I hope you're doing well. You have an excellent week. I care about you, want you to be successful. Everything matters, and I'll talk to you later. Subscribe and like. Bye.